The 1964 Quad Owl is one of the most extraordinary designs in automotive history, a fusion of designer vision, technical audacity, and the experimental approach typical of the 1960s American hot rod scene. The vehicle combined features of an off-road design, a high-performance prototype, and an extremely oversized drag racer. Although conceived as an ambitious experimental concept, its appearance and design alone place it among the most extravagant machines of the 20th century. The Quad Owl story began with a sketch by a friend of Jim Lytle's, an American designer involved in hot rod building. The drawing depicted a car chassis with 4 aircraft engines arranged in pairs. While most would consider it an extravagant joke, Lytle took the idea seriously. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, surplus aircraft engines were readily available, so the project was theoretically feasible. The designer's ambition was to create a vehicle that could compete in quarter-mile races. The design was based on a chassis originally from a tiny Fiat Topolino. This was a surprising choice, but it allowed for a relatively low base weight and allowed for smooth modifications. The fiberglass body was developed in collaboration with Cal Automotive, known for its lightweight bodies for racing prototypes. This allowed the Quad Owl to maintain a relatively compact silhouette, though its dimensions were still enormous considering the powerful engines. The Quad Owl's most impressive feature was its 4 Allison V12 engines, previously used in military aircraft. Each displaced a whopping 28 liters and produced around 3,000 horsepower at factory specifications. Combined, this gave a potential of around 12,000 horsepower, a figure that defies imagination. Lytle paired these units, creating the most extreme powertrain ever conceived in a piston-engined car. 4 massive engines required specialized infrastructure. Moon supplied the fuel tanks, Champion the engine accessories, and the whole thing required the construction of a complex clutch and transmission system. The Quad Owl was to have 8 wheels and planned all-wheel drive, an ambitious concept even by experimental design standards. The exhaust system featured 96 pipes, underscoring the vehicle's extreme nature. Despite the enormous amount of work accomplished, the project encountered a serious technical and financial challenge. To propel the Quad Owl, it required a specially designed transmission capable of transmitting power from 4 aircraft-grade propulsion units. The cost of constructing such a system was beyond Jim Lytle's capabilities. As a result, the vehicle remained unfinished, although its creator never lost faith in the machine's potential. In 1965, Lytle sold the unfinished project. Along with the vehicle, the new owner received a trailer built for him. The whole thing weighed over 4 tons. The Quad Owl subsequently changed hands, but none of the subsequent owners decided to complete the project. The costs of restoring the machine to running condition were enormous, many times exceeding even the value of the engines, which were the original design's main asset. After Jim Lytle's death, the vehicle was dismantled and its components dispersed. Although the factory-built Quad Owl was never completed, the legend of the machine has endured as an example of the automotive extravagance and boundless imagination of the builders of the era. It has been remembered by car enthusiasts as the wildest hot rod ever attempted. However, there is another Quad Owl in parallel, a 1964 off-road vehicle prototype, much more realistic in design. It was created as a lightweight, 4-wheeled utility vehicle, intended to test the capabilities of small off-road vehicles in challenging conditions. The design was based on a tubular steel frame, technical simplicity, and ease of repair. Unlike Lytle's Monster, it was rationally designed and tested. The AL Off-Road Quad was equipped with a single-cylinder engine, independent suspension, and wide off-road tires. The vehicle's low weight and excellent maneuverability allowed it to overcome obstacles inaccessible to traditional vehicles. Its open design provided excellent visibility and a minimalist interior focused on functionality. Although modest, it was a well-thought-out utilitarian design. Two vehicles of the same name, created at a similar time, represent two extreme approaches to machine design. From a wild, nearly impossible 12,000 horsepower vision to a practical off-road prototype, the Quad Al became a symbol of the creativity of 1960s designers, a reminder that motoring thrived on both realistic designs and dreams that transcended the bounds of common sense.